Welcome back. It's wonderful to see you again. So, I'm sure we have lots to discuss, but we always want to start the session by grounding ourselves. So, go ahead and face me and put your feet flat on the ground. And let's just take a breath together. And I invite you that for the time we get to spend together, you fully allow yourself to be 100% present. So, whatever was bothering you this morning, or that thing you have to do tomorrow, for right now, ground yourself. Notice your body. You can close your eyes if you wish. Notice the sensation of the room, the temperature of the air, notice where you might be feeling any stress, tension, anxiety, and just notice it. Notice where it is in your body. Is it in your shoulders? Is it in your chest? Maybe your lower back? Maybe your jaw? Go ahead and relax your jaw. Just relax your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Relax your abdomen. Just let it all hang out. Yeah. Relax. And when you feel as though you're ready, open your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Are you ready to begin? Okay. So, since our last session, what's present for you right now? What's in your space? Still feeling some anxiety? Okay. Well, okay. And how's your sleep been? Yeah. Okay. Sleep is okay. Are you getting 5 hours a night, 6 hours, 7, 8? No. 6 to 7? Okay. Okay. Why are you not better yet? Well, I think there's a common misconception about therapy and therapists that we're here to fix you. No. I'm not here to fix you. I don't think there's anything about you that needs to be fixed. And besides, I couldn't do it anyway. Only you can. All a therapist is, or a coach, or I hate to use the word guru, but any person that you are communicating with at this level of openness and honesty, all I'm doing is providing a springboard for you to bounce ideas off of, thoughts you may be having, no matter how dark or how weird you might think they may be, or maybe you think you're the only one that is experiencing a struggle in the way that you are. And of course, to a degree, that's true. You are having your completely unique experience in life. And at the same time, humans tend to exist in patterns of behavior that are oddly universal to what it means to be a human. Struggles with relationships, intimacy, anxiety, depression, work, stress. All these things are quite universal. So, hopefully, by us talking about it together, it might give you a different perspective, a reframing, if you will. Again, not that there's anything wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. I'm not here to fix you. I just want you to have the best life possible. And as you already are, whole, complete, and perfect, we get a chance to expand our reality, expand our experiences, expand our consciousness, and to the best of our ability, quit listening to that pesky little ego. Yeah, the ego is, it's always there, always trying to protect us, always trying to make us right, make other people wrong, not allow us to be emotionally hurt, because every person you have ever met and ever will meet has suffered emotional trauma of some kind. Disappointments, upsets, being let down, being hurt, being betrayed, feeling jealous, having unfulfilled wishes. Yeah. You look at me. You are not alone. You're not alone. So, what's on your mind? How is your level of anxiety on a day-to-day basis, if you could rate it on a scale of I got this from Tim Ferriss, of 1 to 10, and you can't choose 7, where would you rate your daily or weekly level of anxiety? Okay. And what would you like it to be? Well, 0. 0, yeah. Well, wouldn't that be nice? Although, I've certainly experienced times in my life of 0 anxiety and 0 stress. But they can be tricky to hold on to. The mind and the ego is always, we're always worrying, aren't we? Yeah, we're always fearing, and fear of the unknown, fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough, fear of letting other people down. Yeah. Well, believe me, I struggle with, I would say, generally all the same things you do. I've just spent a lot of time introspectively asking myself difficult questions. You know, how is are you romantically involved right now? How's that going? Yeah. Well, it's always fun during the initial phase when you meet someone, you know. It's exciting. It's passionate. You know, both parties are showing their best leg, their best foot forward, you know, at all times. And so we call that, you know, the honeymoon phase. And it's a very real thing. Lots of chemicals are released in your body. The big ones being oxytocin and serotonin, things that make us feel good and warm and fuzzy and excited. Yeah. And as all relationships progress, eventually there will be breakdown. There will be fights, disagreements, miscommunications. The shine will wear off. And at the same time, hopefully, it grows. It changes. Not for better or for worse. It changes. It deepens. The love I have for my wife is much more now than it was when we first met. It's much deeper. We've experienced joy together, sadness, fear, and disappointment. Together we've experienced anger, frustration at each other. And the key is to continually let go of the negativity and the fear that we all have. And we gradually get better and better at it. So, have you been dealing with any depression recently? Feeling of being unmotivated? Mm-hmm. Well, I can very much relate. Would you consider yourself a procrastinator? Mm. Mm. You know, it's funny. I don't think I've ever met somebody, ever, who felt like they didn't procrastinate. No one. Some may feel like they procrastinate more than others, but deep down, every single human I have ever interacted with, to some degree, thinks they procrastinate. Yeah. This is part of being human. Maybe there are some people, I don't know, but I don't trust people on Instagram or TikTok who are just, Captain Motivation. Like, every day is just like, yeah, grab the day, get out there, seize it by the horns. Because on the one hand, I mean, yeah, you can say, well, they're right. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. I should, and then we should all over ourselves, to use a popular phrase. And that didn't get us anywhere. But there are habits. I believe, I believe in systems more than goals. You may have a goal to achieve, well, anything, a career, relationship. You have a goal to be married. Maybe you have a goal to make $1 million. Maybe you have, or $1 billion, I don't know. Maybe you have a goal to have a six-pack, abs. I mean, I guess if your goal is to get a six-pack of beer, that's pretty easy. But if your goal is to have a six-pack, well, that's going to take sacrifice. It's going to take discipline. It's going to take habits. Think Aristotle. I got this quote from an old, very wise boss of mine, who said that Aristotle said, excellence is not a virtue, but a habit. Excellence is not a virtue. It's a habit. We are what we repeatedly do. So, there are habits that we can implement slowly into our lives. And some habits are going to be beneficial. Some habits are going to be harmful. Or let's just say suboptimal. But they have it's the long-term effect that we're looking at, not the short-term goal. It's the long-term effect we want to focus on. It's why I don't subscribe to, New Year's resolutions. Everybody I know that has a New Year's resolution always starts off very gung-ho, right? First month, they get that gym membership, or that's kind of the most classic, but whatever it is, they start off like running and gunning. They got their goal, This year is going to be the goal. And usually it just leads to burnout and ending up right back where they started. And believe me, I am as guilty of it as you or anybody else. It's easy to fall into that trap. So, let me ask you, what kind of systems do you have in place? What's your daily and weekly routine? When you wake up on Monday morning, what's the first thing you do? Okay. And what's the first thing you want to do? Like, if you could do anything, what would you want to do first thing in the morning? Sleep in. I get it. But let's say, there's a few easy habits that I'd like to suggest. This one's very important, I've spoken of it before. It's being on a very regular sleep schedule. Does your job allow you to have a regular sleep schedule? Okay. And the key is maintaining it 7 days a week. Yeah. We want to be in the habit of, again, it's just a habit, falling asleep and waking up at basically the same time every day. Easier said than done. And of course, look, things happen. One night you're out with friends and you're going to stay up way too late, or you got, sucked into a YouTube wormhole and you find yourself watching another YouTube video at 1 o'clock in the morning. Wondering, why can't I fall asleep? Believe me, been there. Bought the t-shirt. Own several. And look, I get it. This is where the discipline comes in. That even on nights when we don't go to bed early enough, that we still get up in time, we still wake up at the same time, and eventually, it gets easier. Yeah. But if you're constantly fluctuating, one night you go to bed you're exhausted, you go to bed at 9 or 10, and another night you're up until 3 o'clock in the morning, and then you sleep in, but you're tired, and then the next night, you go to bed at 1 a.m., but it just throws your circadian rhythms completely out of whack. So, will you get on a regular sleep schedule? Nice. Good. Okay. The next thing to do is a little easier. It's when you wake up first thing in the morning. Drink a big glass of water. I got this tip from a documentary I watched over a decade ago. It was called Food Matters or something. It was interesting, and in this, one of one of the scientists made that statement. He was just like, first thing in the morning, he was a nutritionist or something. He's like, drink a big glass of water first thing. And I started doing that. Maybe this was 15 years ago now. And wow, just that little thing made a huge impact on my day. Yeah, so don't reach for the sugar, don't reach for coffee. I like having my water before my coffee. Yeah. And then the best thing we can do for anxiety and depression is exercise. Ideally outdoors. Especially in the morning, getting morning sunlight on our face, on our body, and on our skin has a huge impact. So even light exercise, going for a short walk, will have a huge impact. Regular daily exercise. And if you can build that up to the point where you're really breaking a sweat, I almost guarantee you will be feeling better with less anxiety and less depression, even if that's all you do. The one thing you do is get up, drink your water, and get some exercise. You are going to be hopefully pleasantly surprised. Alright. Well, that's all the time we have for this little session, but thank you very much for coming in. And I really look forward to hearing from you and talking about if you are able to start these little habits. Alright. Take care. I look forward to seeing you very soon.